I'm at a Genesis boutique center, one of about 5 in Canada, and behind me is the hotly anticipated Genesis GV80, the first ever SUV from Genesis. Now, what do we know? We know that this car is going to start at $64,500 Canadian, and we know that you can get it with one of 2 engines, a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4 or a 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6. Now, we've already done a video about the Genesis GV80 as sort of an overall video. Today, we're going inside. We're talking all about the Genesis GV80's interior and all that it has to offer. Let's go in there and check it out. So frankly, this is already in the best specification, which is this cool, almost green and brown interior. It's so nice to see colors and interiors that aren't gray, black, red, tan. This is something different. And I'm mostly struck overall, design-wise, by how elegant things are. The way these laser cut aluminum speaker grills are in here reminds me of a Mercedes in a good way. The long horizontal vents that run the length of the car are actually kind of reminding me of a Mazda 3 or 6. It accentuates the width of the dashboard, makes it feel like a larger car than it is. Right in front of me is a very cool digital display with a fixed tachometer and speedometer. You can customize the middle contents, but unlike an Audi, you can't make the entire screen a navigation map. It does have 3D effect on the gauges. In fact, they tell me that when you put it in eco mode, the blue lights of this gauge setup are actually supposed to mimic what cartoon Iron Man would see when he puts on his helmet and becomes Iron Man flying around in the sky. So if you want to pretend you're Tony Stark, eco mode. Who knew? The seat I'm in, not only is it quilted leather, but it heated, ventilated, and massage function, which is a first for a Genesis product, I might add. Now, the infotainment system itself is worth talking about in some more detail. The touchscreen, or I can use hard buttons mounted on the console, or I can use this interesting combination click wheel and touchpad on the center console. And what that allows me to do as a driver is choose the safest way to navigate my system at any given time, which I like. Choice is good. It does have dual zone climate control. You can choose where the air comes out on either side, but unlike a BMW, it does not have variable fan speed, meaning that I, the driver, cannot have full fan speed while my passenger has no fan speed. For something in the mid 60s, this might be the best interior in the segment. It's really, really nice. And now we find ourselves in the Genesis GV80's rear seat, or in this case, the middle. If you pick the 4-cylinder engine, you get 2 rows of seats. If you pick the V6, like this one we're sitting in, you actually get 3. It's very roomy back here. I love the little touches in this interior. For example, you have these little hangers for your coats, the panoramic sunroof, rear seat vanities, and the quality of the materials that you find in this interior are really good. The leather, the aluminum, the backlighting on the door handles is such a nice touch, and twin aluminum laser cut speaker grills on each rear door. So even the backseat passengers get a little bit of that glamour. Additionally, there's some really interesting luxury features here, like, of course, power windows, but power sunshades that go up behind the window. They're power operated and you don't have to put them up with your fingers like that. That's a really interesting touch. Now, it's too small to get a camera back in there for the 3rd row, but we're just gonna have to trust me. They're reasonably spacious, but like most 3rd rows, they're not for adults going a long way. They're occasional use seats or they're for kids. It's hardly the penalty box that 3rd row seats are in a lot of vehicles. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the Genesis GV80 interior. And if you're looking for more SUV content, don't forget to subscribe to Driving.ca on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. For Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams.